Hello, my name is narrator Natalia, and I'm going to be reading a story tonight. A Stephen King short story. Page 228.
Can we get to the treatment? Momentarily. Step over here, please.
Donity had risen and was standing by the green curtains Mawson had noticed yesterday. Donity drew in the curtains, discovering a rectangular window that looked into the bare room. No, not quite bare. There was a rabbit on the floor, eating pellets out of a dish.
Pretty bunny,
Morrison commented.
Indeed. Watch him.
Donity pressed a button by the windowsill. The rabbit stopped eating and began to hop about crazily. It seemed to leap higher each time its feet struck the floor. Its fur stood out spikily in all directions. Its eyes were wide.
Stop that! You're electrocuting him!
Donity released the button.
Far from it. There's a very low-yield charge in the floor. Watch the rabbit, Mr. Morrison.
The rabbit was crouched about 10 feet away from the dish of pellets. His nose wriggled. All at once he hopped away into a corner.
If the rabbit gets a jolt often, enough while he's eating,
Donity said,
he makes the association very quickly. Eating causes pain. Therefore, he won't eat. A few more shocks, and the rabbit will starve to death in front of his food. It's called aversion training.
Light dawned on Mawson's head.
No, thanks.
He started for the door.
Wait, please, Mr. Morrison.
Mawson didn't pause. He grasped the doorknob and felt it slip solidly through his hands.
Unlock this. Mr. Morrison, if you just sit back down. Unlock this door, I'll have the cops on you before you could say Marylebone Man. Sit down.
The voice was cold as shaved ice. Mawson looked at Donity. His brown eyes were muddy and frightening. My God, he thought. I'm locked in here with a psycho. He licked his lips. He wanted a cigarette more than he had ever had in his life.
Let me explain the treatment in more detail,
Donity said.
You don't understand,
Morrison said with a counterfeit patience.
I don't want the treatment. I decide against it. No, Mr. Morrison, you're the one who doesn't understand. You don't have a choice. When I told you the treatment had already begun, I was speaking the literal truth. I thought you would have tipped to that by now. You're crazy,
Morrison said wonderingly.
No, only a pragmatist. Let me tell you about the treatment. Sure, as long as you understand that, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to buy 5 packs of cigarettes and smoke them all on the way to the police station.
He suddenly realized he was biting his thumbnail, sucking on it, and made himself stop.
As you wish. But I think you'll change your mind when you see the whole picture.
Morrison said nothing. He sat down again and folded his hands.
For the first month of the treatment, our operations will have you under constant supervision. You'll be able to spot some of them. Not all. But they'll always be with you. Always. If they see you smoke a cigarette, I get the call. And I suppose you bring me here to do the old rabbit trick?
Morrison said. He tried to sound cold and sarcastic, but he suddenly felt horribly frightened. This was a nightmare.
Oh, no. Your wife gets the rabbit trick, not you.
Morrison looked at him dumbly.
You,
Donity smiled,
get to watch. Lock this door or I'll have the cops on you before you could say more below more. Marlboro.
Marlborough. I can't say this. Marlborough. Unlock this door or I'll have the cops on you before you could say Marlborough man. Marlborough man. Marlborough. Unlock this door or I'll have the cops on you before you could say Marlborough man.